Right, here we are. This is Big Bird's take on the new update 1.16, and I'll try and make this as brief as possible. I'll try and get down to 10 minutes if I can. I don't normally do these videos, and I'll explain why at the end I don't normally do these videos. Right, the new update 1.16, which came out last Tuesday, just gone, I think it was last Tuesday. They have added, this is what they've added to the game, Bison SMG, a 64 round Bison magazine, an alarm clock, a yellow motorbike helmet variant. And what they have fixed is, excuse me, player sometimes stepping forward during melee combat with a close target while only intended for far targets. Fireplaces wouldn't properly disappear if the last attachment removed were stones or a tripod. It was possible to detach the tripod from the fireplace while a pot was attached. It's a long-winded one, this is, guys, so I do apologise. Let's have a look. Yeah, place UI element would show up falsely when pointing at an indoor fireplace with selected consumables. Dead chicken couldn't be buried after being picked up and dropped. There's like a little feedback you can give to them. I'll try and put these I'll try and put this patch notes in the link as well. Shock was not decreasing when swimming backward, sideways with broken legs. Moving with broken legs while crouched could deal unsteady amounts of shock damage. I'm trying to play this and read at the same time. Not easy. Infected players would not show the plus sign symbol in the inventory view when they had only items as attachments. Dug up items were levitating above the ground. Client error when detaching items to from a tripwire trap. In specific cases, the tripwire trap did not display its attachment slot. Smoke from a ruined car engine was only displayed for the driver. Attacking with animal carcasses could trigger blood particles and a knife slashing sound. The inventory of the Sakara 120 was accessible through its engine rather than the trunk. The player could be desynced if their legs were broken during an action. I don't think that happened to me. Yeah, the player could be desynced if their legs were broken while swapping items. Locked indoor stoves could not be opened by force. Interrupting two-handed animations by dropping the tool could freeze the character. Infected were able to climb fences with barbed wire on top. Yeah, that always annoyed me because we couldn't do it, but they could. They shouldn't be able to do it. If they were able to do it, then they should have got cut and bled out, I think, though. If they stopped that, that's good, because that really annoyed the hell out of me, I did. The UI of deployed landmine could be seen when holding another landmine in hands. Shooting while on back after kicking would play kick animation after each shot. Hitting the back of players' heads would hit the brain instead of the head. They ain't got brains, animation character, what are you on about? sounds of disease symptoms of another player were played from the wrong position. Fixed several inconsistencies when it comes to bullet penetration of objects. The combination lock would play a sound while in hands without being actively used. The light source of the head torch was in the wrong position. Fixed an exploit for extended melee hit distance. The flame of the gas stove was slightly clipping with the frying pan. Slightly improved twisted wrists when holding certain items. Several headgear items were clipping with the female survivor head introduced in 1.15 update. Fixed typographic errors of the 1PN51 scope. Infected had bad collisions while crawling. It was possible to hit players inside a vehicle with melee from the opposite side. Wolves could injure players inside vehicles, as well as glitching through doors and houses when they're after you. That's what I take that is. It was possible to survive without food at all by only drinking. So it looks like they fixed that one, guys. So that's that gone. Some allocated settings weren't fully displayed. It was possible to place landmines under train tracks. Damn, I didn't need to do that. Oh, that's a shame. Names of vehicle parts were not shown when on ruined cars. That's true, they weren't actually. It was possible to destroy the fence frame before the actual wall. No, whenever I've broke into a place, I've always had to destroy the wall, and then you've got the frame behind it. Adjusted certain structures to prevent exploits. So all you guys trying your dirty little tricks, ain't gonna work now. Fixed a badly reflecting window at the yellow bricked military building. Some items could not be picked up at Northwest Airfield construction site. It was possible to bury corpses inside buildings. FOV settings changes were not saved upon reconnect. Respawn points for server switching stroke hopping were not functioning as intended. Sounds of flies were persisting even after the body despawned. That's true, they do that whenever I'm on this game, and the amount of times I would find like hear the flies, but I'd see no body at all. So that's I don't understand why they didn't address that sooner. Here they should have done that in like an update or game. Right, what else? Adjusted misleading description of coding tablets. The camera focus would glitch during certain actions. That's what they've, if I'm looking at this right, that's what they fixed, right? This is what they've changed. Right, increase the threshold for terrain clipping, allowing easier placement of base building objects on the ground. So where you guys will probably have trouble for base building certain points on the map, in certain buildings, because something was in the way, or it wouldn't let you do it, now you can do it. It is no longer possible to bury ruined items. I never did anyway. Consuming charcoal has no effect when another charcoal is already active in the player's body. Increased energy and water given by mushrooms, in brackets, now similar to fruits. So we'll get energy by mushrooms. Well, everything has water in them, so mushrooms have water, so yeah, we get increased energy from eating those. Some jackets can now be torn into rags similar to their pants counterpart. Removed action to take fireplace from fire barrel. Crafting an item using the metal wire will produce an item with the same health as the metal wire used. First aid kits and teddy bears can now be repaired with sewing kits. Excuse me. Protector cases and ammo boxes can now be repaired with epoxy putty. So get finding, guys. The gas stove now emits light when active. It never did before, it did every so often, but not all the time when I did it. The pickaxe can now be used to bury things and bodies. Duct tape can now be utilised to craft a splint, so you don't need rags anymore, so you can now use duct tape, which I think is pretty good to do personally. I don't understand why they didn't think to do that before, but you know, this is DayZ. They, you know, it's like you wave and then like, oh yeah, I'll wave back. Yeah, they're sort of slow to think of these sort of things, I think. No offense, guys. Hid the UI elements showing parts of the car while sitting inside. Slightly reduced penetration value of 5.56 by 45mm ammunition to match other bullets. So they reduced the amount of talking power it gives you now. Reduce the range of the thermometer results. Excuse me. Rotated the electrical repair kit in the inventory to view, show the front. That didn't make sense to reading it out, but you know. Reduced inventory size. They've reduced the inventory size of the pumpkin and pumpkin slices for consistency. Bear traps now won't kill infected but break their legs. Damaging a tent now also damages items stored inside. Again, they should have done this X amount of time ago. Personally, I would have. Adjusted damage zone selections of vehicles. Let's see here. Rangefinder. Bloody hands no longer make the character sick while drinking from containers, whereas before it did. Now that's kind of strange that they've done that. I would have kept it as it was personally, but you know, that's my opinion. Red and orange armbands were looking too similar in certain lighting. No comment. Tweaked the mid-air appearance of tracer bullets. Renamed the folding buckstocks to lightweight. So all the buckstocks that you get for all the, like these ones, is now care shoes now should be changed to, yeah, lightweight. If you look there, I'm holding it, and if you look in the top, there's a lightweight buttstock. And one thing they've really got to sort out is the on microphone coming on, you can see at the bottom there, they've got to sort that out. God knows when they're going to sort that out. Get out of it. Disabled leaning while sprinting. I never did anyway. That's what they've changed. So they've changed a lot. Now they've got server. They've added used 3D map parameter to the gameplay settings to disable the 2D map overlay of the tourist map. They've added shock refill speed conscious parameter to the gameplay settings to adjust the speed at which the player's shock value refills when the player is conscious. They've added shock refill speed unconsciousness parameter to the gameplay settings to adjust the speed at which the player's shock value refills when the player is unconscious. It's good that they tweet that, because you're sitting there, when you get knocked out, you're like, fucking hell, wake up, get up, I don't want to die, so you know, just want to hurry up. They've added allow refill speed modifier excuse me, parameter to the gameplay settings to allow and disallow the modifier of the shock value refill based on the ammo type settings. God knows what that means. Excuse me. They've added quantum and quantumax parameters can now be used to randomize quantity in the internal magazine of firearms. Again, no idea what that means. They've fixed leaving some entries empty in the CFG effect area. .json would result in the default particles rather than no particles. Double dutch to me, that is. They've changed greatly expanded script class indexing. In brackets, allows more mods to be used on the same server. Modding, they have added methods in weapons _ base for spawning weapons with magazines or chambering and or filling inner magazines. They've added weapon synchronize to force FSM synchronization. They've added ammo types API for validating ammo type or converting magazine type to ammo type. They've added documentation for correctly setting up properties for weapon stable state. They've added all animation. They've added all They've added all animation commands of animal are now moddable. They've added all animation commands of infected are now moddable. They've added possibility to change variables and command properties from animal commands. Possibility to change variables and command properties from infected commands. They've added additional scripts compiler warnings in brackets error in diag signaling hazardous refuge. Possibility to change variables and command properties from command handler inside DayZ player class. And they've added error X string to store the input into the string instead of logs. I ain't got a clue. They've added documentation for static script defines. They've added class static type to get the type name of a non-instated class. They've added enum tools class with functionality for extracting information from an enum. That's ENUM. Probably saying that wrong completely. They've added entity Gillette simulation disabled. They fixed JSN file loader overwriting defaults set in script in brackets bool, int, float and string. For you PC players, you might know what that means, or for people who have their own modded servers on PC or console, you probably know what that means. I don't. They've fixed mod CPP, tooltip, overview and author are no longer required to localize to work. They've fixed inventory slots in brackets e.g. magazines. Compile errors when a mod loads a CFG slots before the vanilla CFG slots is loaded. They fixed int min value changed from -2147 483 647 to -2147 483648. Again, I have no idea what these would do. Like I said, people who know these things sort of better than me, you would know. They fixed car fluid _user in brackets n have capacity set up via configuring property. They fixed private detour was inaccessible for static refs, even with the class itself. Excuse me. They've changed m_broken leg state can now contain negative values. Use get broken legs instead to access leg state from player. They've changed the DayZ underscore data and DayZ underscore scripts do no longer need to be filled in as required add-ons, as they will always load first. They've renamed M1911 magazine textures. They've changed bolt action rifles with external magazine, had their state machines unified into one base. Classic bolt action underscore external magazine underscore base. Now they've got known issues here. Sorry, known issues, not no issues, known issues. Fully consuming an item assigned to the quick bar while the quick bar is hidden might cause a bug with the quick bar. That made no sense. Issue with attaching an items from hands with an item in the shoulder slots. So that's it basically, guys. That's what they've done for 1.16. I will try and put these patch notes in the comments section, or if I can try and put it in the link, because I've never done this before. So the reason I don't do these sort of videos is because other bigger YouTubers like Nazar, JLK, Marks, they've got thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers. People watch their channel. I've only got a small channel, so my channel's only small, but one of my subscribers asked me would I mind doing this, so I've tried to keep it to 10 minutes, but it's overrun by 20 minutes, so I do apologise. If you want, like I said, I'm going to try and put this in the link or in the comment section. I hope it lets me. If not, if you go on Twitter and go to DayZ's Twitter page, it's on their Twitter page. But that's what they've fixed and changed 1.16, and it's does say stable update. Well, I disagree on that one, because when you go into this, you go down, you see the microphone level, the microphone symbol keeps coming on. So basically, I'm talking in the game when I don't want to be talking. So I don't know when they're going to bring patch update to fix that fuck up. But it's every time they mess with the game or they change something, it affects something else in the game. I don't understand why they don't perceive this would happen, or why can't they just update it to one of their PCs and then test base it and just see what problems they have. I'm not sure if we're having the same problems as PC players are having with the microphone coming up in game. I don't know. I have no idea. Again, that's why I don't really do these sort of games, because bigger YouTubers have more subscribers than what I do. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more videos short videos like this of me talking about the game or showing you how to make certain things in the game, please put something in the comments. That'd be greatly appreciated. And I never really say this, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be on tomorrow, UK time. This can be weird for me to say. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help. And again, thank you for stopping by and watching this content. I hope you like it. It's the first time doing it, hence I'm a bit sort of muddled. I'm used to streaming and talking. I'm not used to doing this off stream, so this is a bit weird for me. But if you enjoyed it, please give it a like and a thumbs up, and please leave a cheeky sub. Take care, guys. Have a good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And if I get any likes, thank you for these likes. Yes, if I get any. If not, it's all gravy. Take care, guys. Bye.